Hey folks, we just finished one of my new favorite floor plans. We just did a power build on it. I want to show you the power build, but probably more important, I want to show you this floor plan because I think Airstream needs to bring this back. Let's get into it now. So this is a 2005 Classic 25, I think, rear bed. I didn't actually look up what the floor plan was, and it's not on the side of the camper like new Airstreams are, but it is a rear bed, and it's a twin bed, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite things. Now, it's a Classic, and it resembles some of the things that we see with newer Classics, like the little black trim on the bottom of the rock guards there. Now, one of the things that I did like that they did, I guess I liked the Airstream did in this era, the batteries were actually in this box, kind of pushed in there, and there's a black box in there. We had to remove one of those on the inside for the power build. I'll show that to you in a second. Now, there was a little bit of storage here with what we consider to be the battery box, but this is actually a disc brake hydraulic brake system that Airstream was installing on the Classics in 2005, I guess. So that's like part of the reservoir and stuff for the hydraulic brakes that's inside of there that they did on the Classics, which I kind of feel like Airstream should do that on the new Classics. Like, why doesn't the new Classics have disc brakes, like hydraulic disc brakes? Maybe it's a more complicated system, I'm not sure, but I think that's really cool. Now, he has an old school Hensley, which is the, I guess, predecessor to the Pro Pride. Now, as far as the exterior, this does not have a lift kit on it. You do have the little storage on the outside. With this being a twin bed, you also have the outside storage, the extra outside storage. This is another thing. I really like these older style, I think I got them all locked, yeah. This older style latch, here we go, that Airstream was using on the doors in 2005. For some reason, that just feels better to me. I'm not sure if, you know, what they're doing now is better or what they used to do is better, but I do like those. And then this also has a whole drawer that pulls out that's part of the bumper, which is also kind of crazy to think about. Now, this is a 30 amp camper, and back when they did the 30 amp campers, they gave you 2 power plugs. So we have a 30 amp power plug here that goes into an auto transfer switch. But, you know, if you're running a generator and you needed a place to plug that in and you didn't want to have to run it all the way up there, then they gave you another power plug right there for your 30 amp circuit that goes to that same auto transfer switch. Now, of course, it does have a propane refrigerator. I'll show you that on the inside. The propane electric refrigerator has a 6-gallon, I think that's Atwood water heater. I think it's Atwood or Suburban, but the 6-gallon water heater there. We've got different Alcoa wheels than we're used to seeing. Those are nice, kind of like vintage looking. Now let me go inside. I'm gonna show you the power build and everything in a second, but I just want to know what you guys think about this particular floor plan, because I love it and I think it's one that Airstream needs to bring back. So rear bed, so we're entering the front. Now the carpet, maybe not. You guys tell me what you think about carpet, but I feel like most people don't want carpet these days, but coming around, so you can see the twin bed there. I'll get back there in a second, but let's just swing around to the front. Now I've got this is a fold down bed that makes into a bed, so you have extra sleeping space there. You can see the power stuff there at the bottom. I'll show you that in a second. We have a fold up table here, which is really cool. We have another fold up table there. And then there's almost like a little desk area right here with storage. Of course, the TV is going to be right there. That's the new Victron controller. You've got your microwave. Remember I talked about the propane electric fridge is right there. Of course, we have storage up above. And then right here, we have the kitchen area. So we got a stove. This has the stove. It's got the vent on the top. This is that classic, you know, hardwood Airstream Classic vibe. Now, here's another thing that I absolutely love. The bathroom is on one side, so this is not a split bath model, which is what we're pretty used to seeing now in the modern era of Airstream. So this is a enclosed bathroom. Kind of feels like the new Frank Lloyd Wright. And then you've got the shower right there, all in one space. I love this, and I really, really, really think Airstream needs to bring this back. So we also have what I think is a pull-out pantry there, a little bit of storage right there. We've of course got the wardrobe with a mirror. Now there isn't an area to close off this front section. There is an area, a blind here to close off the bedroom area, so you can have that kind of private if you have someone with you. But the bathroom stays open, so they can still get to the bathroom. Of course, it's a sliding door on the bathroom, which again I love. Like, that's what we need on an Airstream, is just a sliding door. We don't need a door that opens, because that just gets in the way. Now we do have storage there. There's storage above, storage up there as well, even another storage right there, and then more wardrobe there. And of course, twin bed. I love twin beds, and Laura and I, that's pretty much all we want is twin beds. Now, there is storage underneath the beds that folds down. There's not drawers in here. That's one thing I would like to see at the Classic level, but again, this is a 2005. So you guys tell me down in the comments what you think about this 2005 25 foot. I mean, it doesn't feel like a 25 foot. It actually feels more like a 28 foot because of the floor plan. Even though this is technically shorter, I could totally do this. So let's talk about the power build for a second. We did a power build in this one. The customer who owns it, they bought it recently, and it's mint. Like, the carpet, look, you can see in the camera, the carpet is clean. It looks really nice. Lots of good space underneath. We were able to put the inverter and the battery right there, and then we use this compartment here for the other things like your solar charge controller, the DC to DC, the Cerbo GX is in there. We maintained the original battery disconnect right there. And then with this is going to come down and go right into here. So all of that will be closed off. It's hard to do with one hand, but we have latches we put in, so that will be closed off. There's lots of airspace behind the sofa, so there's lots of room for air to move. We also brought down the charger on the inverter a little bit to lower some of the heat that this will generate. Now, this is a 12 volt system. We are not afraid to build 12 volt systems here at Ramble Trailer Works. We did still use the Victron distribution. I like using that because it gives a nice clean space for your larger fuses. So in this case, we're going to have 400 amp fuses and things like that. There's also a battery disconnect right there, and then we've got our Class T fuse accessible right there, and then our Epoch Elite 460 amp hour battery. You guys know I'm a big fan of that. And then right here, this door just folds down. We've got the original kind of 12 volt part from Airstream. We're not touching that because, well, we just don't want to get into that. But we wired into where the original 12 volt wire went in from the batteries. We connected there, which is going to feed back to our distribution. And then we have a really nice clean install inside of here with the solar charge controller, as well as the XS50 and the Cerbo GX is right there. So it's very easy to get to. And then we also have the control, or the screen for the battery is right there. So we can look at it if you need to. You also see everything on that screen through the Epoch app. That's really more so there just because that's where the Bluetooth is, and we need to have Bluetooth to be able to get into the app. And then of course, that's going to close away. The original battery disconnect still works. And we also installed 600 watts of the Lamera bifacial solar panels. Now, there's been a lot of debate in the Airstream community, maybe not even the Airstream community, but there's been a lot of debate about the bifacial solar panels. And I will be the first to admit, they're not installed in the optimal position for bifacials to really do what bifacial solar panels do. The reason we like these panels as of right now is they are similarly priced to everything else on the market that's in that 100 watt kind of footprint. They are a similar footprint, and we think you'll get a little bit of more energy through that panel. And hey, it may only be 4 or 5%, but if you can get a little bit more on the roof of an Airstream, because we're so limited with space up there, we think it's kind of worth it. If something better comes along, or we feel like there's something that may give us more than what these are doing, we'll switch to that. But right now, we just kind of feel like those are giving us just a little bit more for the customer when we put in a solar system. Now this is 600 watts of solar. There's 3 panels in series on each side, and then they go parallel together. And then right up here, we're gonna have our display that gives him all of the great information about the system. Maybe get the camera around. But we have grid coming in, we have solar yield coming in, the battery's at 99%. So it's just doing a little bit of basically covering loads and maybe a little bit of charging. The alternator is gonna show up. Let me see if I can get a little bit better view without a glare. Alternator will show up there, let him know what's going on there. And then we do have the inverter, batteries, AC load, DC loads, all that kind of stuff there. And of course, there's a lot of things like the Melpica propane system that he can put on to be able to see his propane. He can also do the Riva tank sensor or temperature sensors, install those, and those are all Bluetooth and they'll connect to that. Let me show you kind of what we did on the roof, and then I'll wrap the video up. I'm not like real close to it, but I'm just standing off on the steps here going into the building so we can kind of see what's going on there. But there you can see the 6 Lumira panels, 100 watts each. They're bifacial, as I mentioned, and kind of went over all of that, but very clean install. We like to try to do clean as possible. We also sealed this roof, so there's a lot of new sealing up there as well, but you can easily fit 600 watts up there. You could probably go 700 watts, but with the way solar works, you generally want to keep your panel count similar. If you're going to do like a series parallel, you want 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 or 2 and 2. You don't want to do 4 and 3. It will work, but from my understanding, it won't be quite as efficient. You guys tell me down in the comments what you think about this floor plan, the 2005 Classic 25-foot rear bed, twin bed. Also, tell me what you think about the power build. These folks are going to be able to go camping anywhere they want to. They have the freedom to stop wherever they want to in this absolutely beautiful 2005 Airstream Classic, and it is a classic. I hope you guys are living riveted. We'll see you down the road. Thanks. Bye.